Turn podcast clips into 100 viral shorts automatically. Let's be honest. You've spent hours hunched over your computer, eyes glazed over, listening to the sound of your own voice say, for the 73rd time. You're a podcast creator, a thought leader, a storyteller, not a digital galley slave condemned to the ore of video editing software. The promised land of virality, of TikTok dances, YouTube shorts, and Instagram reels feels like a distant shore, and you're rowing there with a teaspoon. But what if I told you there's a cannon you could fire yourself from? What if you could turn 1 hour of brilliant conversation into 100 pieces of shareable, explosive content automatically? Welcome to the future, where the only thing going viral should be your content, not your frustration. The manual method of creating short-form video is, to put it politely, a comedic tragedy of errors. It begins with a moment of inspiration. Aha! When my guest said that thing about the time-traveling hamster, that was gold. Cue the 5-hour descent into madness. You find a clip. You stare at the waveform, zooming in with the precision of a neurosurgeon to cut out a single, awkward breath. You hunt for a stock video of a hamster on a wheel, but the licensing fee is more than your podcast made last year. You spend 45 minutes choosing a font that says serious but approachable, only for your co-host to text, LOL that looks like Comic Sans. You add subtitles, but the auto-captioning has hilariously misheard content strategy as Kitten tragedy. By the time you've synced the bouncing text to the audio, you've forgotten why you even started a podcast in the first place. You've created one short. Only 99 to go. The abyss stares back, and it has a loading icon for a cursor. This is where the magic, or more accurately, the gloriously efficient artificial intelligence, sweeps in like a superhero in a cape made of code. The concept of automatically generating a swarm of viral shorts is no longer science fiction. It's an operational reality for savvy creators. The process is so beautifully simple, it feels like cheating. You feed your podcast audio file, or even the video recording for the extra fancy among us, into a specialized AI platform. The system doesn't just hear the audio, it comprehends it. First, the AI performs a linguistic triage. It uses natural language processing, NLP, to identify the most compelling moments in your conversation. It's listening for emotional spikes, a burst of laughter, a heated debate, a moment of profound silence followed by a killer one-liner. It hunts for key phrases, questions, and statements that stand alone as powerful, attention-grabbing nuggets. Think of it as a hyper-caffeinated, infinitely patient producer who finds the gold you didn't even know was there. Did your guest casually drop a shocking industry statistic at the 43-minute mark? The AI flags it. Did you tell a self-deprecating joke that actually landed? Flagged. It's mining for virality 24/7 without ever needing a coffee break. Then the visual alchemy begins. This is where the comedy of your manual efforts is replaced by the sheer brilliance of automation. The AI doesn't just plop your audio over a static image. It generates a dynamic, visually engaging video. Using your brand kit, your colors, fonts, and logos, it automatically creates a template. It layers your perfectly transcribed, error-free captions onto the screen, often with kinetic typography that bounces, scales, and highlights keywords in sync with the audio. It knows to switch the speaker's focus based on who is talking, creating a natural visual rhythm. But the real party trick is the B-roll. Advanced systems can now pull from vast libraries of licensed stock footage or, even more impressively, use generative AI to create custom visuals that match the content of your clip. If you're talking about scaling a business, it might show a climber ascending a mountain. If you're telling that story about the disastrous company retreat, it might generate an image of a sinking rubber duck in a pond. The relevance is uncanny, and it happens in minutes, not days. The result? You don't get one video. You get a content arsenal. From a single 60-minute episode, the AI can identify 50 to 100 viable clips. With a few clicks, you can set it to render an entire batch, each one formatted perfectly for TikTok, 916, YouTube Shorts, 916, and Instagram Reels, 916. You go from 0 to a month's worth of content, all uniquely titled and ready to deploy, in the time it used to take you to find that one stock photo of a hamster. Of course, the purists might scoff. Where is the soul? Where is the human touch? To which I say, the soul is in the original conversation you recorded. The human touch was in the questions you asked and the connection you forged with your guest. Automating the grunt work doesn't remove your creativity. It liberates it. It frees you from the digital coal mines to do what you do best, be a brilliant podcaster. This isn't about replacing the artist. It's about giving them a better brush. So, stop rowing with a teaspoon. It's time to fire up the content cannon. Embrace the automated revolution, not as a crutch, but as your most powerful co-pilot. Let the AI handle the kitten tragedies of the editing world, while you focus on creating the epic stories that deserve to go viral. Your audience is waiting. Your sanity will thank you, and your content calendar will look less like a barren wasteland and more like the thriving, vibrant ecosystem you always knew it could be. If you found this video informative, please like and subscribe. It will really help this channel out. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more informative videos coming.